Well, welcome back to Canada, Arshia, from your very long journey.
Yeah.
How was Bench Worlds?
Oh, it was amazing. Had a great time there. 40 sessions, 80 athletes, 9 days. It was awesome.
How many
Yeah.
hours did you sleep over the course of those days?
I think I averaged like 5 hours a night.
Okay, it's not bad.
Yeah. It's
I
like
was
it's
expecting like a combined 5 hours across the entire 9 days.
no, no, 5 hours was decent. Like once you get on the 2 energy drinks a day, pretty good. You start flowing.
Stir-
Yeah, you get to
the
that flow
numbers just
state.
come to you.
Yeah, it's just
What's
just see numbers, see attempt changes in numbers. That's all I know.
That's Do you have
Yeah.
any highlights? What was some highlight moments from coaching at Bench Worlds?
Oh yeah, lots of highlights. Okay. I think our women's junior team getting a gold medal. I think that was the first time in Canadian history our women's junior team got a gold medal. I think
Mm,
I'm pretty
wow,
sure. And
that's super
then
cool.
there was a lot of highlights, but just some off the top of my head. Uh, Garrett Bentley winning super heavyweight equipped. That was really cool. And then a personal favorite of mine was Adam Price getting gold.
Yeah,
That was that one was that one hit deep.
that was
That's
mine
good.
too.
Yeah, man.
Adam, when I first got into powerlifting back in like 2018, 2019, was part of the same lifting team as me, and we all like lifted together as a team every Saturday, Sunday. So the ongoing kind of joke, I guess, was that Adam was my powerlifting father. So Adam's been a huge supporter of mine like since day one, and vice versa. I've been a huge supporter of Adam since day one. So it's really, really cool to see him
Yeah,
get his moment and win his IPF Worlds.
yeah.
He's an OG. He's been doing it forever.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was so cool. I was just like, yeah.
Yeah. He's such a beautiful person. He has such a cool story with all
And
of
it
the
was a tight
individuals.
battle. I think it was like 222, and then the other guy missed 220. He hit 217, and the other guy was at 217. So it was all
Yeah.
super tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's That's fun. That's fun though.
Yeah,
Adam smoked 222 and a half too. Like,
he
I don't
did, but
know.
you should have seen his 217.
Not as good.
Yeah, he'll tell you that. He's like, "Fuck, why did I do that my second try?" I think a common theme was, like, a lot of people underestimate the second attempt.
Mhm.
They just go in there, they underestimate the second, and then they try really hard for the third. So, like, one thing, um, Emma was saying a lot is, like, "Make sure you try." And it's
Yeah.
funny, but you gotta make sure you try on the second. You gotta try really hard on the second.
Well,
Don't forget to
especially if
try.
it's like yeah, especially if the numbers are tight too, which often
Yeah.
for those, like, international, like, close battles, like,
Yeah.
you might be taking, like, slightly closer, like, attempts than you're used to because you're fighting for that placing, right? Whereas,
Exactly.
maybe you sometimes take larger attempt jumps. It's like
Yep.
217 and 222 aren't that, like, far off from each other,
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, like,
Yeah.
that's something you still have to try for.
And we're not gonna go 225 if we don't need it. And, like,
Yeah,
it's like,
100%. You
it's
take
with
what
a
you
lot of
need.
other attempts. Yeah. And
Mhm.
that's one thing I said a lot was numbers don't matter here, only medals and placings matter.
100%.
How was the reaction with the athletes? Um, I got kinda emotional for some of them, which
Yeah.
is, like, I'm pretty awkward when it gets to that. So but, yeah, it was good. It was some of them. It's just, like, so much work down for just 3 attempts,
Yeah.
where it's, like, powerlifting in itself is pretty it's not you don't really get that much time on the platform, but then
Yeah.
you see how much hours these bench only athletes put in just for 3 attempts, and then yeah, it's really cool. Really, really
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And then
100%.
yeah, just meeting all the other countries out there and teams and stuff like that. Always cool.
Kind of a random question, but do you know how many world records we broke as Team Canada for Bench
Oof.
Worlds this year?
No, I
Fair enough.
can't. I can't even.
I would assume we probably had at least a few.
Um, Off the top of my head, I cannot tell you. I don't really remember putting in any
Any
world
chips?
records. Yeah,
Okay,
I did
gotcha.
not put in any chips, actually. Yeah.
Good to know, good to
Yeah, yeah.
know.
The only one that, like, we would have been, Leonard's, but he was in there this year,
Oh,
Mm.
gotcha.
which, yeah, we coulda had a really good shot at the, open teams placing.
Yeah. You had 2 athletes doing it as well, right?
Yes, yes,
How did your athletes do?
really good, really good. Steve Snell did amazing. He did both raw and equipped. Is He did the whole thing. Might as well be going out there. Yeah, he hit a 10K GPB on his equipped, which is awesome after being in the game for so long.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then Cash did pretty good as well, but had a little bit of a mishap a couple days before. He may or may not have injured himself a couple days before due, due to uneven streets of Poland. But yeah, yeah, but
Interesting.
yeah, still good, still a good showing, especially compared to last year. But yeah, he's quite active, so there'll be
Mhm.
lots more meets coming up for him.
Yeah. That was the
Excellent.
trip overall.
Uh,
That's awesome.
the
Well,
yeah, I think CJ asked for about the trip overall, but the trip overall was good. It was great. I had a
Mhm.
awesome time. Happy to be home.
Yeah.
cool. Well, we're talking, provincials today, and, if
Mhm.
anybody listening does not know, these 2 lovely gentlemen here with me today, Arshia and CJ, are 2 out of 3 of the meet directors, right?
Yes,
Yes.
two
Yeah,
thirds.
cool. And this is your 2nd time running provincials, Arshia, if I'm correct?
Yeah, the first time I wasn't like I was running it, but I think I was kind of more support.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
And CJ, this is your first time running a meet, period.
First time. Yep.
Meet directing.
This is yeah. Completely new to me, but yeah, grateful for the opportunity.
And
Letting
jumping
and
I was gonna say, jumping into the biggest provincials of all time as your
yeah,
first time meet direct.
yeah.
Ah, he's good for it.
Yeah. Well,
Threw him
you
right in
got
there.
good support with Mo and Arshia at least. But I wanted to ask you guys because I think a lot of people don't understand how much goes into running these, like, massive, massive meets like this. What has been, like, the hardest part of, like, running this provincials for each of you guys?
I think for
CJ.
me, it's all of the coordinating with so many different types of people, different companies, sponsors, and then getting all of the volunteers set up, getting every schedule set up right. There's a lot of coordination that needs to be done, and to a pretty high degree, and especially when you're waiting on other people, it becomes pretty stressful, right? And sometimes things get pushed in terms of deadlines when they shouldn't be, but um, it's kind of out of your control, right? So it's your job as the director to, try to your best to adapt to that, right? But yeah, that's kind of the biggest thing I've noticed as the biggest struggle for me. Yeah, Arshia.
Um, I think we did a pretty good job of like delegating the tasks. So like
Hmm.
we had like different people on different stuff, which is good. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is just like the coordination and just getting everybody on the same page with like sponsors, athletes, um, volunteers, and even just us meet directors because we got different schedules. We all have different jobs and we got to
Mhm.
do stuff. So
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot of hours. A lot of hours.
yeah,
Um,
You've been traveling through the process too, so I would
yeah,
imagine that hasn't made things easy too with some of the changes
yeah,
in time zones and stuff like that.
yep.
yeah. But it's actually quite nice because like with the time difference is like I can work when most people are asleep. So I just like I wake up, I see all the messages,
Mhm.
and then I get it done, and then nobody bothers me till like 4 p.m. my
Yeah.
time. So it's like free time to just work from like
Yeah,
8 to 5 or 8 to 4. Nobody bothers me, and then and then I can start communicating with people.
mhm.
It's actually kind of nice.
I will say that when I ran provincials 2 years ago, what I found to be the hardest part, and I know you guys haven't, like, reached this step yet, was getting enough volunteers for setup specifically. Kinda setup and tear down, but I think a lot of people, like, see, like, these massive meets happen of, like, all these lifters and whatnot, and they don't necessarily understand that so much not only planning from like the meet directors goes into it, but also so much manual labor. I can't stress this enough. If anybody's listening to this podcast here, please go check to see if these gentlemen have any volunteer spots left. And if you can help out with like setup, it makes such a massive difference. Like I remember like I competed in the provincials that I ran too, which was in hindsight not a smart idea. But the day of setup, I think I did like 26,000 steps and I moved so many 25-kilo plates. And I know a lot of people like showed up to help with setup and they were competing. So they're like, oh, I don't want to move equipment and stuff like that because I don't want to be like sore for when I'm competing. And it's like I get that from the, like, standpoint of, like, a competitor, but at the same point in time, it's like, it has to get done, so it's like the more people that show up and help with it, the less that everybody has to do,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
So I know I'm signed up to help with setup on Thursday for one of the sessions, and I've kinda said, like, "Hey, like, I can give you guys, like, 10, 12,000 steps because that's what I normally do in a day kinda thing, and it won't affect my lifting at all on Saturday." So, I would just urge people that maybe don't understand how much goes into the setup of a meet to, like, just
yeah.
understand that, like,
It's got to be
you get
set
to
up
show up.
if you want to compete.
What?
It's got to be
Yeah.
set up if you want to compete. So
Yeah, if the meet doesn't get set up, you don't get to compete,
yeah,
and I would say, like, that was, that's the hard part about any meet, but especially, like, when I ran provincials 2 years ago, like, that was the hardest part of, like,
I can't
I
believe
was
you
just like,
competed.
"What?"
I can't believe you competed after like setting it up.
Yeah, yeah, you were repping
Yeah,
that session too.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
yeah, that was interesting because the lights kept breaking and I kept having to fix them in between my attempts too, so the the lesson here is don't compete in a meet you're directing.
Yeah,
The
that was
takeaway
wild.
is if you're listening to this, please sign up for setup because these guys will really appreciate it. Speaking
yep,
from experience, like I I think it's good for athletes to see how much goes into the setup of one of these meets because it is so much for big meets like this. And
Yeah,
I think a lot of people just like don't have the concept of that. And you don't know what you don't know, but if you sign up and you show up for setup, you will get it. And
yeah,
I do think that the more people that sign up, the less work it actually is. So it's always tough when it's like there's not enough people for setup. And it's like the people that are there are competing, but it's like, well, if more people that were competing signed up for setup,
yeah,
yeah. It's also tough. I will say that I understand that a lot of people work the Thursday, Friday, and if they compete on the Saturday, Sunday, they don't necessarily want to book it off. But
yeah.
if you can help, please help. That's my takeaway of like
for
what I
sure.
struggled with as a meet director is
Yeah.
that there's just so much for setup.
It's just
Anyways, so
Yeah.
far in this process, what has been your guys' favorite part of like organizing like a massive meet like this?
mm.
Oh, good question.
Um, I like all the design stuff. I just I like creating things. So
Yeah.
it was fun making a theme, a website, and like social media stuff for it. But
What inspired the
yeah,
dinosaur this year?
That was my idea.
yeah, that was CJ.
Yeah.
He
Um,
loves
yeah,
dinosaurs.
that is not the reason, but uh, I thought of Alberta and what Alberta is known for. Okay. So mine was like cows, right? Cowboys, um, fields of farmland, right? And also dinosaurs, because dinosaurs historically have been in Alberta. So, yeah, I even tried to reach out to the Royal Tyrrell Museum to see if they would like to sponsor. Unfortunately, they did not want to. But yeah, yeah,
The thought
that's
was
what
there.
inspired it. Yeah,
That's
and I
fair.
thought dinosaurs would be cool. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Originally, I had this grand idea that you're gonna walk into the venue and there's gonna be this massive T-Rex skeleton just overreaching, and then in the back you have the platforms. Unfortunately, it wasn't in the budget, but yeah.
Not enough sponsors.
Yeah. How much was that dinosaur?
15 grand.
Yeah. We did
But
look into it though.
yeah.
That is super fun. That is super fun. You guys
Yeah.
should have just seen if you could run it at the Royal Tyrrell Museum. Just one platform on one side of a gigantic dinosaur fossil, one platform on the other side.
Yeah. Oh man. I
That'd be
tried to
fun.
give them a sweet deal too. And it was like, you know what? You guys don't even need to pay us, nothing like that. All I want is just like maybe some discount codes for entry passes, right?
Yeah.
And they were still like, no. Like, damn.
Fair enough.
Well, darn.
Yeah.
Well, Arshia, you've done an awesome job of the design this year. Everything looks
Thank you.
phenomenal. You guys have killed it with the social media and everything, and seems like you guys got a lot of sponsors this year too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We reached out to everyone we could think of, honestly. Yeah. I was
Yeah,
like, I
that was a lot of CJ too,
yeah.
right?
I just kept brainstorming more and more sponsors, kept making a list, and I just thought every single avenue. And I tried to leave no stone unturned with those sponsors because yeah, I think it's a great way to, get some good swag for the athletes and then help boost um the actual revenue for the meet so that we can provide a really good experience for everyone, right? Yeah.
100%. Seems like a lot of people sponsored with platform t-shirts too
Yeah.
for the spotting and loading crews. Who all has t-shirts for spotting and loading crews, and what platforms are they going to be on?
So we have we have I think the biggest shirt sponsor is actually us. Slash.
Fair.
Yeah, and then I think we have Arctic Strength as well. I think they wanted the 83 Open session, which
Yeah.
you will be lifting in. Um,
Pixels by Nicole also have
yeah,
some t-shirts.
yeah,
I like her stuff. I
yeah,
like her
Cute.
stuff a lot.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
She's
actually
got
not
cool
sure if we
designs.
have more than that though.
Inner Strength is
Oh, right.
giving a lot of t-shirts also.
Yeah. Almost forgot the biggest sponsor.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to say that one. They're giving
This is
us
why you guys make a
t-shirts
good
too.
team.
They're
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
very generous with
Oh,
their
definitely.
Inner Strength and A7's major shout out.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Inner Strength is always such massive supporters to me. It's like huge shout out to Ryan and Rhea.
Yeah.
I know when we ran Provincials 2 years ago, we didn't really have like somebody coming up to the venue to like sell stuff in case anybody forgot anything that year. And they stepped in like very, very last minute to come run like a booth at the venue
Oh,
so that
really?
they would be selling like, shoes and t-shirts and singlets and stuff like that in case anybody forgot anything. I think they did really well. I don't know for sure, but it seemed like they were looking pretty dry at the end of it. So I hope they did well, but I can't say enough
Yeah,
good things about Ryan and Rhea. They're phenomenal members of the Canadian powerlifting community that do so much for us.
Yeah.
100%.
They
100%.
do.
Cool. Well, think we can kind of go into the battles we're excited for and who we're coaching. So CJ, do you want to start us off? Do you have a battle you are looking forward to that isn't the 105s because that's our
Oh
shield?
man. It's gotta be the 105s, man.
No.
But I'm
Okay,
not.
Rashid, do you have a battle you're looking forward to before CJ steals yours?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked, actually. The
We'll cut
105
that part
opens.
out about me asking.
Yeah, I think the 105 opens is going to be really, really good. We got a lot of
So,
heavy
in
hitters
that
in there.
regard, who do you guys have winning?
Jeez. Depends on what type of day it is.
Yeah.
Is it a
Yeah.
good day or is gravity strong that day?
I think
Um,
Delano is the by
Favorite.
far like favorite as far as like total goes, but
mhm.
there's some strong contenders as far as the like podium goes.
Yeah. Yeah. I was calculating everyone's total for the flight schedules, and there was at least like 5, 6 people all in contention of that podium and like above that 800 kilo total, which was insane. Yeah, I've never seen a weight class um so competitive at a provincials. So yeah, I'm really excited to see who takes it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think with nationals getting so competitive, we already see like a lot of people starting to go to NAPFs. I think we have our one of our biggest NAPF teams ever this year.
Hmm.
And then even to spin off of that, we're getting so many more people doing provincials now. And we're getting a lot of these high level athletes doing provincials. So
Yeah.
I think that's really, really cool. And yeah, I think that some of the top people here, just looking at this flight, I'm looking at DJ, Victor, Trenton, Michael, and who else do you got in there in the mix?
Georgius? I really hope I said that right. I
That
Yeah.
guy was unexpectedly strong. I never heard of him. Um
Okay.
yeah, and I do not know how to pronounce his name. Sorry if you're listening. um but yeah, I searched up his open powerlifting and I was like, dude, this guy is insanely strong. How have I not heard of you?
Is he a Quebec guy?
I think there was one Quebec guy. I'm not sure if it was him,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, yeah. So
Oh no, I see Three Peaks open. I see.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
785 total, 2 meets.
2 meets, yeah.
Wow.
2 meets, dang. He's very new into the sport. Interesting.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he's definitely in the mix there.
Yeah.
What was his total at his first meet? Like, is he got a pretty steep rate of progress?
Uh, I mean, 782 first meet, 785 second meet.
Hmm.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, well,
Interesting.
I don't know if he was training for a while before he got into powerlifting, or it's hard to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who do you guys all coach in this class?
We got Trenton and Michael Coe. for
Yep.
Northrise.
And Delano.
Yes, and Delano. Sorry.
Yeah. Don't forget about him.
Yeah. Forgot forgot about the heavy hitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, DJ, Michael, and Trenton. So we got 3 people in this session.
Very
Yeah.
cool. They're all in contention for a podium too, so that
Yeah.
is going to be like quite the battle for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be
Yeah.
very interesting coaching this one too.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see where
How is everybody doing? Like, you don't have to give out too much information prior to, but like, how's the team looking as far as
Amazing.
the session goes?
Everyone's in PBs, world records.
World
It'll be great. Load the
Love-
chips.
Everyone is injured.
Getting mixed
Well,
messages from YouTube.
No, I think everyone's doing quite well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Everyone's doing pretty good.
In this class, I have one athlete competing, Brett. He's not quite in contention for the podium, but Brett's training is looking.
Peters?
Yes, Peters. Yeah.
Mm.
His training is looking phenomenal. He's dealing with a little bit of hip pain right now, so he's doing some physio for that, but it's something that he can train pretty easily through.
Yeah.
So projecting for a nice total PR for him and to bump that total up. And then
He's a strong guy too. Like,
he's pretty strong. Yeah, everybody in this class is really strong. Like I think even when you look at the people that are, quote unquote, nearer to the bottom of the class as far as projected total goes, they're still really, really strong
like a
lifters.
647.
We have guys that are like nationally ranked showing up to
Yeah.
battle for the podium.
Yeah, like a 647 total is no joke. Like that's still
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
a big total, but
100%.
for some reason we got
we got Delano at 910, Victor at 845. Like it is a wild class, absolutely wild class. It's going to be really fun to watch. Lucky that I'm coaching in it because I'll get to watch it from like the best seat in the house. But I'll be interested to see how the attempts shake out for you guys and how the podium shakes out. And then also shout out, I don't coach him, but he comes from Team Arctic. Ronan Graham is coming in kind of just outside of that like top 5, top 6 range as well, and his training is looking really good as well. He's one of my training buddies and one of the guys from the gym that I train with pretty frequently. So
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
100%. Okay, now that Arshia's got his class out of the way, CJ, do you have a class you're excited for?
I think 83 juniors, man. That's the class I miss weight on. So of course I'm, always eyeing out for it.
There's some good juniors, I will say.
Yeah.
Looks like Marcus nominated in first as far as the 83 juniors.
Yeah.
Is competitive in the open too. And I
Mhm.
would not be surprised if he out totals the winner of the open, which I will be in contention for. So I don't love that. He needs to get weaker. So I don't get out totaled by a junior. But very, very, very strong young man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it will be a good battle between Marcus. Obviously, he's going to be the favorite. I think he put up like 690, something insane at what meet was that recently? The Dino meet, the other Dino meet.
A lot of dino meets going on.
UFC meet.
Yes.
Yeah, Bermuda. That's what it's called.
Bermuda.
Right.
Yeah.
But and then we also got Fatty, who's coming back from an injury. He actually just did Bench Worlds too.
Yes.
Yeah. So it'll be cool to see him, back in 3 lift. Ethan Thomas, I haven't seen much from him, but he's a strong kid. And yeah, I think, he has a lot of growing. And from what I've seen from every now and then, it's always like he's adding more and more, which is super exciting. And then of course I got my favorite KSI lover, Isaac Turte. Absolute lovely guy. Yeah, I train with him all the time. Great guy. And I'm wishing him the best with the competition here. I think he'll do pretty good. Yeah, and I'm rooting for him. He's my he's my pick.
Nice.
He's your
Yeah.
pick
It's a
to
deep
win.
class too. There's a lot of lifters in this class.
Yeah, there is a lot.
Well, it's interesting for so Isaac's your pick to win, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But
I
he's in
gotta
the
say,
other flight, so that's
I
going to
think
be kind of
no, I think he's in the same flight as Marcus, Fatty, Ethan.
okay.
He's
Yes, he
nominated
is. Yes.
fourth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, that would be a good battle
Yeah.
to see. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So he's in the flight with everyone else. Okay.
yeah.
I was looking at the wrong one.
How did Fatty?
Fatty.
Fatty.
How
Yeah,
did Fatty do at Bench Worlds?
I think he did pretty good. He uh he was coming off of an injury, but yeah, I think we did quite well for the cards that were dealt and first worlds. I think going there get some good experience, especially as a junior. So once you go as an open, you already have that experience under your belts. It's nothing you haven't done before, and that's something I always push for the juniors is get a good experience out of this. So because you're going to be back here, and make a good experience out of it, and use it for the next time where you come back. It's you've been here, you've done that, and yeah, yeah, and like that's not to say like we're not going to be competitive or anything, but go into it with an open mind. And yeah, I think he did that. It's always good working with Fatty. I like working with that guy. I think we get along quite well, and yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. Do you have a pick to win
Okay.
this class, Arshia?
Hmm. Mhm. It depends how everyone shows up, I guess, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't follow too much with the juniors, so it's hard to say for me. But from what I've seen, I think Isaac's training's been looking really good, and Fatty's been making a good comeback, and he's got a massive bench on him. So the other guys are gonna have to make up a lot of room on that bench because if he benches 175, 180, that's almost a 20 kg gap. The other guys got to make up. And we usually don't see people winning meets off a bench, right? But I think in this case, it's going to be a big gap that they're going to have to make up.
That'd be
Mm,
huge. I might
Yeah.
lose on bench, but that's besides
Yeah.
the Yeah, I mean, I don't really follow a whole ton of these lifters. I think probably my pick to win would be the favorite, Marcus. But when do these guys compete in the schedule? Are they competing at the same time as the 83 Opens? Are they in the morning?
Morning.
Morning.
yeah,
Yeah. Morning at crack of dawn.
yeah,
Yeah. I do look forward to seeing how the totals work out and
Yeah.
how it compares to the geriatric class we have going in the open. Which I guess is the class I'm looking forward to, the class that I'm competing in. It's going to be a fun class. I'm friends with a lot of the lifters I'm competing against, which is cool,
It's
and I
always
think
good.
that they're yeah, it's quite competitive too. Like Connor obviously is kind of the on total favorite going in.
hmm
I do chat with him quite frequently. He's not on social media, and it seems like he's dealt with a lot of like life stuff and injury type stuff. So he's not coming in at his best. So he is looking to hit the national QT, which is around 700 kilos.
hmm
Um, I know both Jaden and Nick Para are both also looking to hit that national QT. So I would imagine that the podium is all around that 700 mark with people looking to essentially like punch their stamp to worlds.
Right.
I have the distinct advantage of, or sorry, not worlds, just punch their ticket to nationals. But I have the distinct advantage of I will be going to the US and I do not care about the national QT. So
Laying
I
it
will
all
be
out there.
taking whatever total it is to win, even
Yeah.
if it means not hitting the national QT because the national QT means nothing to me. So I hope that that advantage works in my favor. I can't say that training has been all that I hoped it would be going into this meet. But, we digress and we keep moving forward and we'll see what's there on the day. I was really hoping to push to break the provincial squat record. Um, just with being sick basically the entirety of my second block of training, the 3 blocks going in. Um, some of the weight I lost, and I guess basically just taking the better part of 3 months off of doing squats and deadlifts altogether before jumping into meet prep. I unfortunately don't think that I will be good for the record, so I'm probably not even going to attempt it, which is kinda sad. I was looking forward to that, but, yeah.
Who's
We
got
never
that
know.
record? Whose record is that?
Logie. Logie lifts. Logan Heffron,
And
yeah.
what's it at?
It's at 277.5, so
Gotcha.
I've squatted 272.5 in the gym before and 270 in the gym once before, so I was hoping to kinda trend towards, like, using that chip and taking 278 on my 3rd, but
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be at my strongest strength as far as squats go.
Mm,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who do you guys got?
Ooh, man. I think I gotta go for my boy Max Hall, man. Yeah,
I'll also shout out, Koo. Koo's kind of underrated a little bit as well. He's
yeah.
kinda just like a heavy 74 that's not cutting for the meat, and his
Mhm.
total is such that if people start missing, he could sneak onto the podium even as basically a 74. So,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he's around that 660 range, right?
yes,
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay.
his highest total going in is, 657.5, and he has the second highest GL points going in.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I think Jaden Atkins also,
Yeah.
I think, he'll be pretty good.
I was
Uh,
gonna say, I wanna bet on myself and say that I'll win, but if I was a betting man, I would probably put money on Jaden, if I'm being honest.
yeah.
He's
We
he's
Very
coming
money,
out of the
guys.
junior class, and he's got a lot of momentum. He's hit, like, a big training total that I feel like he's probably just gonna stay in his lane and just go for that national QT, and
Mhm.
probably, like, just go 9 for 9 and get what he needs to get, and I think if he's around that 700 mark, there's
Yeah,
probably
What's
nobody other than Connor that can beat him, and we'll see how Connor's coming in. I
yeah,
think for me to win, I kinda need to be around that, like, 595 mark and just kinda, like, wait for people to extend themselves at that national QT and miss. But if I had to put money on who's probably the least likely to miss in going for that QT, I would probably put it on Jaden.
yeah.
what's the QT at?
700.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we're looking at PBs for a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah, I know, like, Nick going in, Jaden going in, and Connor, because he even though he's hit more than that, needs to, like, re-qualify himself for nationals. So
Yeah.
all 3 of them are extending for that 700 kilo mark, and like I said, probably if I was still going to be a Canadian powerlifter after this meet, I would be too, but,
Right.
I will not be.
Con
I would I would like a nice total PR, and I would like to go 9 for 9, and I would like the highest place if possible.
mm.
Hopefully, that's first,
I
but,
think that
Yeah,
that just says a lot about our nationals, honestly, because we're looking at a lot of strong people here.
yeah,
And
mm,
a lot of these people are going to need like a 30 kg PB to go to
yeah,
nationals.
yeah,
yeah, and around 100 GL points.
Yeah,
just to go to nationals in the 83 kg category,
that is
which I
Yeah.
mean
awesome.
makes sense. Like it's probably one of the most populated categories like every year at nationals, and
Yeah,
it's really hard once you start getting into 3, 4 flights of lifters in a category. So if a
yeah,
category has more lifters that are hitting the QT, that QT needs to go up more. So it's
makes
Yeah.
sense.
probably one of, if not the most difficult, probably QTs to hit as far as like proportionality to body weight. So
Yeah.
Definitely. I think Connor's also coming up from 74, isn't he?
he's kind of a light 83 as well.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit heavy, but yeah, he typically competes in the 74 kg class.
Right.
I think he's
Yeah.
been in like 6 different countries in like the 8 weeks leading into this meet, so
Oh man.
for
Yeah.
work. So
Yeah.
She
he
hasn't
messaged
been
me this morning that, he messed up his back squatting 2 days ago, so
No.
it's I was gonna pick him for my favorite to win this class, but
yeah.
with
I
this
think he
insider
he
information.
yeah, I don't know. He might be, like, throwing me a little bit of smoke and like, "Oh, I'm so injured," and then he'll show up and he'll hit, like, 750.
Tactic.
You just never know with him, and I hope he does, honestly. I'm a big Connor fan. I
Yeah.
love Connor, and I'd like to see the best for him. It'd be cool to see him, like, absolutely go off, but I do know that he's talked about, like, yeah, a little more injured, not feeling the greatest. He's had a lot of work stuff, a lot of life stuff, so I know he's going in with, like, hoping that he can hit the QT, but he might be saying that, and then on the day, he might be good for something crazy. You just
Yeah.
never know with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Little bit
that's
of a little bit of a wild card like that. I
Yeah.
think Jaden doesn't post much, but like I said, I feel like if there's somebody that I'm like, "This guy," I feel like he has the best odds of just, like, coasting and having, like, a not an easy, but a relatively easy, like, 9 for 9 day and hitting that national QT of 700. That would be Jaden for me.
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Do you guys have any athletes in this flight?
No athletes in 83 opens.
Gotcha. Guess a shout out to a few other people as well. My brother, Brandon Hall, is also in this class, just kind
Yeah.
of outside of that, like, top 4, top 5 range.
Hmm.
Um Thomas Phillips, Tom, who I coach and is one of the owners of Arctic with my brother, Brandon. He is also competing in this class, and he's cutting down from the 105 kilo class.
Whoa. Really?
He he's crazy, like,
That is crazy.
his total's gonna drop a decent amount, but he feels like he's gonna hit a GL points PR, and he's actually had a very productive training cycle considering how much weight he has cut. And he looks like a completely different human. His transformation has been, like, pretty insane. He's looking really lean right now. It's
That's
kinda
awesome.
crazy. So super good for him, and his nutrition is done by Nick, who's also in the class, so shout out to Nick. I also have my athlete, Wes, who's competing as well and trying to get his Westerns QT. He's recently bought a home and started a family and done that kinda stuff, so he's wanting to hit the Westerns QT and go to Westerns before the Westerns QT goes up, so shout out to, Team Arctic taking up, like, half the class, which I guess is why they put the Arctic T-shirts on, the class. I really wanted the Slackpool podcast T-shirt, but I guess I lost that fight. They also
Yeah.
vetoed my idea of making have you guys seen the, like, penguin goes into, like, the mountains memes?
Yes. What, like, from, like, the cartoon?
I think it was like a, National Geographic or something like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh,
Whereas, like, the penguin, goes into the mountains to die or whatever, and he never looks back, and everybody's, like, memeing it as, like, motivational stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I tried really hard to get Arctic to, like, put a penguin going into the mountains on a T-shirt for that session, but they didn't bite. I think that would have been cool. Yeah. Any other classes you guys are excited for?
Um, yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
93 juniors. I don't think we've had 2 flights of full 94 juniors ever.
Wow.
And yeah, this is really cool. They're getting like a national level experience here at Provincials with
Yeah.
2 flights, all 93 juniors. It's going to be this one's going to be really good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's at the same time as juniors, so try to keep both eyes on both platforms. It's going to be
Yeah.
really really good, and we're starting the day off strong with these 2 sessions, the and the 93 juniors, 8:30 a.m. lifting starts. This
Yeah.
one's going to be really good. My favorite to win this one is going to be our very own Adam. And
Nope. Adam's
no,
not in this class.
oh really? Oh, he's
He's a
105.
5
Right,
junior.
my fault, my fault. Yeah. Sorry, I'm
Well,
looking at
I mean, if he wants to make a
our
death cut, he could win this class.
I mean, he's
yeah,
not too far off.
that's the issue, right?
Just dropped the secret, man.
What secret?
Adam's gonna cut to 93.
Oh yeah, you can do that for provincials and
Yeah.
still
Yeah, you're
compete.
allowed
It's
to.
not it's not a
Yeah.
national level event, so we
Yeah,
might see some weight
Uh,
class changes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Which is always interesting. It like shakes things up as far as like medals and stuff like that goes. It's kind of difficult. You have to pay attention to that as a meet director because
Yeah,
it can mess things up in a way.
mhm,
yeah.
yeah.
But
Cool.
yeah. Yeah, what do you guys think for session? What's your thoughts?
I think Marcus's training has been looking pretty solid.
Yeah. Yeah. Our Marcus, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
There's a there's a Mark, there's a Marcus, there's another Marcus, there's a couple Marcuses.
mhm, yeah. I've also heard some things about Gui. Gu. I do not know how to say that name. I'm so sorry.
I don't even know which name you're trying to say. That's how bad you
uh,
butchered it.
Gu Herme Carius. Um, yeah,
Okay.
him.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard he's pretty strong. I don't think he posts much, but um, yeah, I've heard from the word of mouth from people that he's pretty strong, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think he'll be one to watch. Um, yeah, yeah.
Curious, right? That's
Uh,
who you're talking about?
he's GUI. You see his name?
GUI. Yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
guy.
yeah. I can't get his arena PO up for some reason.
I think sometimes if people have two names in
Yeah.
open powerlifting, they don't show up correctly.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Working out some of the bugs still, I guess.
Okay.
yeah.
What's his total looking like?
From the looks of it, I think he's probably going to be that mid 600 to 700.
Okay.
Pretty decent total. Um, and yeah, yeah, I think he'll be good.
Cool. That
Do
makes him my
you
favorite to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um yeah, before I was gonna mention Marcus here as well. We got him competing under Northrise. His training's been looking good. We've been experimenting with a lot of different peaking strategies and training strategies over this past year for Marcus. So I think we've nailed down what his training should look like and how to keep him in the pocket. But we'll see. Meet day's a completely different thing, and you got to do more meets. Figure out how meet day's going to
yeah,
go.
yeah. Or- Yeah. I think someone to watch as well that will be really cool is Cassidy. Um, Probably gonna be the highest GL, I
Yeah,
think. Um,
that one's
one,
crazy. How are you gonna have
yeah,
120 something GL?
I
yeah.
guess I guess a question here. Do you feel like she goes over the world record? at provincials because I think Worlds is going to be taking place at the same time. I
Hmm.
was under the impression I thought that she was maybe an alternate for Worlds, but it seems like that's maybe not the case, and she's doing provincials. But she is ranked like top 4, top 5 in the world as far as 47 kilo totals go. So
Yeah.
something I will personally be watching for and would love to hear your guys' thoughts on is, do you feel like she does break, like, unofficially, because you can't break the world record at provincials, but do you feel like she goes over the world record as far as 47 kg totals go?
I I think there's still gonna be a little bit more room that she'll need to gain to break that world record, but it will be interesting to see. I think her progress has been pretty great, so you never know. Um, yeah, it'll be cool to see. Yeah, especially at a provincials level meet, kind of
Yeah,
insane.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
My hot take is I think that she will,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I will say that it's probably slightly unfair to put it as, like, a side by side comparison, so I'm not trying
Mm.
to do that because the 47 kilo lifters at Worlds, will be in a battle and trying to do what they need to do to win, whereas she will just be running her own race. She's not in a battle of any kind. She can just focus on putting the best total
Mhm.
possible forward. And then also with everybody going to the Worlds, presumably they're having to travel some, whereas,
Yeah.
Cassidy lives in Calgary and Provincials is in Calgary. She's
Yep.
literally going to be at home rolling out of her own bed, eating her own food,
Yeah.
0 travel or anything like that, stressors kind of, like, added. So I
Yeah.
think that she will have an optimal setup with her rate of progress. I
Mhm.
could see that being one of the big takeaway stories of provincials as far as the, like, global sphere of powerlifting goes, is that Cassidy goes over the world record, and there's conversation of, whether she deserved to be there or not.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I think she definitely should have been at Worlds. It would have been a great battle, and I think she would have been a very good contender to actually win, right?
Yeah, and I think that battle of the 47s is the most competitive it has ever been. Like, I think the most we've ever seen is, like, 2 lifters, maybe sometimes 3 in contention for that first place spot.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think without Cassidy, there's legitimately 4 girls that are all within, like, a 10-kilo gap in total that could all win, between Turbo Tiff, Leanne Lee, I believe it's Amelia from Canada?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um and then I think there was one other that kind of emerged as well, and then, you take out, Cassidy, who's doing provincials and not doing worlds, and then you add Heather Connor into the mix. The 47 kilos on the world stage is the most competitive it's ever been, and that
Yeah.
world record total is going up by chunks every year, and
Yeah.
people are catching up and getting competitive, so that is I would say that's probably one of the most exciting classes that I look forward to at Worlds, and just in general, it's been one of the most fun classes for me to watch as a powerlifting fan over the last couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I think my favorite lifter out of that class has got to be Leanne Lee. Shout out Swollfesser.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's hard not to be biased 'cause, I love Marcellus and,
Yeah.
all of his athletes.
Yeah.
Um, gotta go for the Canadians, though, Cassidy and Amelia. Gotta represent the home country, which is funny because it's no longer gonna be my home country in a short period of time, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Canadian at heart always.
Mhm.
Well, as far as other sessions I'm looking forward to, I'm really looking forward to the Masters sessions as I have 2 lifters in that session. Um, my lifter, Teresa, who is in the 76 kg Masters category, and
Mhm.
my lifter, Curtis, who is I believe a 120 plus. Yes, 120 plus Masters 2 lifter.
Mhm.
So Curtis has been going through some injuries and some stuff like that, and this meet has kind of been like a test of if we can train around those well enough for him to feel like he can show up and do a meet. and keep competing in the sport. So it has been challenging, and I don't wanna diminish kind of his feelings on it kinda thing, because I know it's been very challenging, like, emotionally and mentally for him. As a coach, it's been kind of a fun challenge of, like, it's not the typical, like, just, like, basic strategy. We've had to do a lot of things to try to manage the pain, like, really deep squats flares up his hip quite a bit,
Right.
and we've had to, like, work around with, like, essentially doing, like, box squats for, like, the first couple weeks of a block, and then we switched to taking the box away to end the block just so we don't flare up his hip pain too much at the start of the block where he can express his strength at the end of the block, but then
Mhm.
he feels out of practice as far as squat depth goes, so that's been, like, a really interesting challenge to try to work around and try to find solutions to, and we're still kind of working through that, and this meet is kind of a test of how well we've been able to do that, so, at least from, like, the coaching standpoint, which is hard to be like, "Ha, your pain is fun for me," but from the coaching and programming standpoint, it has been a very fun challenge to try to work through, while also being able to, like, show up and validate his feelings that it is, a very, very tough thing to go through dealing with that pain. And
Yeah.
then Teresa has recently started working with, Marcellus as her nutrition coach, and it has made a big difference in her recovery and how she's feeling, and she's having one of the best preps she's had in many years, and for those that don't know, Teresa's been working with me for, I think, 8 or 9 years now, originally started with me as, like, a personal training client at Good Life. She was my very first ever powerlifter I coached after I did the traditional thing you're told not to do of I did 1 meet and then I coached her through a meet. And she bombed out,
Why not?
so,
Oh, shit.
but, it did not
Oh,
deter her
what
because,
what happened with the bomb? Why?
uh, we had trained pauses in training for her bench press,
Oh,
but
yeah, you gotta do
I
that.
was not as, like, as strict of a coach as I was now because of this learning experience made me a
Yeah.
more of a strict coach as far as pauses go. So she got really long pauses on the day, and even though we had practice pauses, she just was not ready for how long the pauses were on the day, and we
Right.
opened too heavy, and she just, like, couldn't even get her opener with how long the pauses were on the day, so she missed it 3 times, and unfortunately ended up bombing out, but it was a good learning experience. She went on to continue competing and has made massive leaps of progress since that time. So
Sweet.
she's she's a fun client because she's my like flagship power lifter in that like she's the first ever client that allowed me to bring them from the personal training space into the powerlifting world.
Very
Probably
cool.
way too early, but I'm really thankful for it because it got
Mhm.
me into, you know, coaching in powerlifting, and from her, it spiraled into 3 people, into 10 people, into more and more, and it's allowed me to
Yeah.
keep coaching all of these years because she let me take a chance with bringing her through her first meet even though it went poorly. So, yeah,
Really cool. Really
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, any other sessions you guys are excited for?
Um, I mean, I always like watching the Masters. Masters are very motivating for me. I
Mhm.
think that's really cool. But, other than that, I gotta go with my team. I gotta go with my boys. The, Sunday bench only session. That one's gonna be
Yes.
fun. We're gonna have a couple, people reaching or benching right over 500 pounds, which is gonna be awesome. Um, Shout out DJ, Michael. They're gonna have big benches. I think, who else is up there? My client, Sapir is also competing. He's a, sub junior, and he's looking to bench right around that, 180, 185 range, which should be really, really good, especially for a sub J.
Mhm.
And who else do we got in there? I got my client Lars competing as well. I think Nicholas Lamerica should be a good one. Should have a pretty big bench in there as well. Am I missing anybody else here that you guys know?
Um, I have one lifter in the bench only category. I have my Masters bench queen, Jinnel. I don't think
Yeah.
I have an athlete on my roster that loves bench press as much as Jin does. So she's had a tough year as far as life circumstances has gone. So this is kind of her return to the platform. She might be in for a small PR, might be in for a PR match, but what I will say is like as far as, like, what she's been through in the last year and the ups and downs as far as training and kinda getting back into it after a break, I think her bench press is on a massive roll, and even though it may only lead to a, like, comp PR match for her, I think we've really kind of found, like, a optimal setup for her bench training that allows her to feel really, really strong. She's also worked with Carlos in Edmonton to do some technique sessions. It's helped her really understand some bench press technique things that she was struggling to understand just from like online coaching. I had tried to send her some videos. I tried to, explain some things in some different ways, but it was just really struggling clicking. And it helped her a lot to just go in and do an in-person session and have somebody show her how to do things. So shout out to Carlos for helping her with both some bench and some squat technique. And it's really paid off between the programming and the technique changes and her just having things clicking. Her bench is feeling very, very strong. So she's in a really good place. And I'm excited to see what she can do as far as her bench only session on Sunday.
Sweet.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CJ, you got any big benchers you're looking forward to see?
Just Michael and DJ, I think. Yeah, those are the
Okay.
ones. I think also shout out the Special Olympics and the
Yes.
power benchers. I think that'll be
Yeah.
a nice thing to see. And yeah, really good opportunity.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see them on the, Special Olympic equipment specifically for them to compete.
Yeah. 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 Shout out Pam for, getting everything for that.
Yeah. And just
Uh,
everything in general,
yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True. Pam
We're
is
lucky to
awesome.
have her as a president.
Yeah.
Pam is the MVP
Yeah.
100% of the time.
Even when
Yeah.
she's not hosting, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say, like, when I ran provincials 2 years ago, I got the chance to do it with Pam, and, yeah, Pam is such a rock star. I think I probably would have had a mental breakdown if I ran provincials with anybody else. So
Yeah.
shout out to you guys for doing
She
doing
helped us
it.
a lot still,
Yeah,
Did
even
help
though
us
she's
a
not
lot.
hosting.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's great like that.
Yeah.
So, I think we basically talked through
Yeah.
almost every session. Um, Sorry if anybody who's listening to this that didn't get mentioned. We tried to talk about as much
Yeah.
as we could, but
And
I
if you're
think,
in contention and we missed you, that's on us.
Yeah.
Don't get upset. We're just looking at the numbers here and yeah, just
we were just trying to talk about what
loosely and
we're excited for. We
yeah,
weren't
yeah,
necessarily trying to do like a class by class. So sorry to
yeah,
anybody that got missed.
yeah.
The- we- we're not going to do a 3 hour podcast going through every session individually.
Yeah.
So I think the next thing to talk about is the banner and the team points and who
Yeah.
we think is going to win. So you guys are the defending champions. Do you
Oh god.
guys plan on repeating this year?
I mean,
I would hope so. I would hope so.
we are hopeful.
We are
We've
hopeful.
we've rallied the men
Yeah.
and women.
I will say, now that you guys bring it up, the fact that Cassidy is registered under Kings does make
Yeah.
me lean a little more towards Kings as a favorite to take the banner this year. I
Yeah.
think we'll
I mean,
have
if
some strong competitors, but
bringing in 120 something GL.
Yeah. Um, kind of insane.
Yeah.
Um,
Respectful. You can have the banner.
yeah. Yeah. We're gonna try our best, but you
Yeah.
know, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
fair.
it's all for the
Um,
fun of it.
yeah. Yeah. It's all fun and games. at the end of
Yeah.
it. I think it's just something for the athletes to get excited about and to get behind. And
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
um,
very
I
fun.
agree. I
Like
think
it
there
is.
is a lot of conversation every year
yeah,
behind the banner. I think it brings up some friendly, for the most part, rivalries every year of people
yeah,
trying to win the team banner, which I think is fun because it gets people motivated. It makes people want to work hard and gives people some purpose. And I actually really like the idea of banners in general, especially for large meets like this, but I think even smaller meets could do more banners, and I think it's just good for the sport because I think we exist in this individual sport of powerlifting where people are very centrally focused on their own performances, and that's not
yeah,
necessarily a bad thing, but I do think when people can rally behind teams, I do think that it creates a lot more interest and intrigue in the sport.
yeah,
And we kind of talked about this a little bit in our handling episode too, of like part of what makes Worlds special is the fact that people are rallying behind their country as far as teams go. So I
yeah,
think having the banner in general, in my opinion, is a good thing because it gives people something to rally behind. But I think there's also some, contention about like how the banner could be done. I personally think it's not the worst thing ever, but I do think there's different ways to do it. I personally would like to see maybe the banner ran a little bit more like Worlds, but I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts. Like, if you could change anything about how the team points are scored for provincials, what would you guys change?
um, I think now that we're getting provincials, so like we're getting such a big pool of people for probs, we can definitely start doing it how Worlds does it. So we should do it like based off of placings and not. I would like to see it based off of placings and combined GL.
Yeah,
So like, just so like if you have somebody, so everybody feels better. More people would sign up for probs as well. So like a gold medal
yeah,
would be like 12 points, and then
yeah,
fifth place would be 5 points, and you're really trying to go up in places and things like that. And then it would make like sixth place matter and like fifth place matter
Mhm.
because you're getting team points, which is really cool. But the combined GL thing is cool as well. But
mm,
I think now that we're getting so many more people, we're not really gonna have like these freebie classes that you get points out of. But even if there is, I mean, hey, look and try to recruit some people that you think are going to win those classes. I think that would make it really cool for the clubs because, like, you can start scouting like a master's 57 kilo lifter or something to get you
yeah.
points. So it would bring like some sort of scouting aspect to try to fill your team up and send these stacked teams through every weight class and really make those divisions matter.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know, it's tough because it's like I agree. I'm personally not a big fan of coefficient scoring. I
Yeah,
think it makes it hard for people to understand. I think placing is much easier to understand. I placed first in my class. I got X number of points for my team.
yeah,
I think the struggles of the placing model at provincials is kind of what you mentioned of like there's some like easy classes, right? Like for example, like both of my lifters, Teresa and Curtis in the masters category. I believe they're the only ones in their category, or at least like a shoe in for first kind of thing. So those are like easy points, right? And you could have a team that has a lot of those lifters and places first over a team that, you know, they won first in 3 categories, but all 3 of those categories, those lifters had to go through battles of 14 people to win those classes.
yeah,
I don't think those should necessarily be scored the same. I don't think those first place medals should
yeah,
count the same. I don't know how you, like, change them, but maybe it could be something like the more lifters in a class, the more points you score for the higher you place kinda thing,
yeah.
right?
That'd be
Like
really cool.
maybe, like, if a class only has 1 person and you win that class, maybe it's just like 3 points or something like that. But if a class has 14 people, then everybody gets a point value from 14 all the way down to 1. So if you place first, you get 14, second, 13, third, 12, all the way down to the last place person. I do think that that becomes a little bit of a battle of whoever can have the most people register.
Yeah.
Mm,
So it
But is that like that should be
yeah.
okay, right? Like,
Yeah, I think it encourages registration, which is a good thing. I
yeah.
think it makes it kinda difficult because it's like, if one team registers, like, 30 people and the next team to them only has, like, 20 people, it's like, well, obviously, the team with 30 people is probably
Yeah.
going to win, right? So I don't know if you make it like kinda like the GL points thing where you only count the points for your top 5 people or something like that. And then maybe if there's a tie, maybe you take the 2 tied teams and you look at their, like, 6th place person and how many points they scored and factored that in. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix it, and that's the tough part of it is, like, I don't love the system because it is GL points, but it is a pretty good system as far as, like, when you start looking into, like, the issues you run into with the placing stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
yeah,
or we can have like a best team for like Masters, Open, and Juniors, like they do at Worlds.
Yeah,
Start
yeah,
giving out
that's
multiple banners.
oh, that's crazy. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
I
'Cause yeah.
personally like the current system. I think Provs is not big enough to adopt a worlds like system,
Yeah,
unless we get like full flights with every single weight class and age class. I don't think it's probably too viable to adopt
no.
this kind of like world system at provincials. But yeah, I think the current system is good enough, um, and
Yeah,
it's more fair with a smaller lifter pool, right?
I just dislike GL points.
Fair.
I wish
Yeah.
there was some way to switch out GL points for placing in some way that made sense, but,
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
tough.
like I know I think Ontario does it more like based on placings and things like that, but I'm not 100% sure how they do it. So maybe
Hmm.
I'll look into that and see
Yeah.
exactly how they do it. But I know they have like different provincials and things like that. Like they don't just have one big provincials like we do.
Right.
So
Yeah.
because they got a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does our provincials stack up as far as lifters to the other provinces? I would assume we're one of the bigger ones, but I would also assume that Ontario's provincials are probably more lifters than ours. Are
Oh yeah.
we the
Like
second biggest provincials, the third, the fourth? Do we know?
like Ontario, I know Ontario, I think it's like their open provincials or something. They got like 400 people or stuff. So
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
How's
I would,
BC's provincials compared to ours? I would assume we have more lifters in provincials than BC, right?
yeah. I feel like it would probably go Ontario, then Alberta, and then probably BC.
Okay.
What about Quebec? I feel like Quebec has a lot of lifters too.
I feel like Quebec is a smaller lifter pool, actually. No,
You
but
just see a lot of them.
their talent
They, like,
actually
yeah.
really, really strong though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Hmm,
yeah, I'm not sure.
fair. I
Yeah,
don't even know how to look that up. I was trying to find Quebec provincials to see how many lifters, but
yeah,
I just know when I went to nationals, feel like there's so many Quebec lifters there. Like they got to be coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
yeah. I think in
Yeah.
I think Nats man, Quebec dominates almost like basically every year, right? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
always the best province, right?
I think the year that I went to nationals in Vancouver, I think Ontario won.
Mm.
I know Brittany Schlater had a
No,
massive
Quebec won
reach.
that one. They did the dance. at the
I
banquet.
thought I thought it was Ontario because I thought that Brittany accepted the award.
Oh, am I imagining things? I remember Team Quebec like doing the whole dance like
Oh,
around
Vancouver?
the yeah, Richmond, right?
Uh, yeah, yeah.
2024?
I thought it was 2023,
Oh,
maybe? Maybe it's 2024.
okay, okay.
I remember Brittany accepting the award on behalf of the province, so
Oh,
I
really?
assumed
Okay,
she was Team Ontario, but yeah,
gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
Maybe I just remember
We
them
had
dancing and
the
thought they won. I wasn't
we
paying
had the
attention.
big dragon performance at the banquet that year too.
Yes, that was my
Yeah,
favorite nationals
was it? That's my
that I've been
only
to.
nationals, so I have nothing to
Yeah,
judge it against. That one was a lot of fun.
it was cool. It's really cool.
I've been a bum and avoiding nationals because I don't wanna pay for travel these last years since I went to Maryland. I did the westerns in Moose Jaw, which was kind of like Western Nats that year, but yeah, with how messy the national schedule has been, I've just
Yeah.
been avoiding it because I know that I'm gonna move to the US anyways. So
Mhm.
When
yeah.
is that happening for you?
Yeah, we're getting close. I'm hoping August, September at the latest. My wedding is in
Oh,
October, so
nice.
hopefully at least September.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's getting
You got
close. It's like we should be able to submit the next paperwork packets pretty soon here, and then there should be a couple day lead time, and then they should let us book in the interview and the medical. I know they're booked out at least like a month in advance as of right now for the medical and the interview, so I won't be able to do that right away.
Mhm.
But
right.
once that's done, like once I have that booked and there's a date on that, in theory, it shouldn't be too much longer after that. So,
Mm.
yeah.
Well, gonna go off with a bang at Provs.
I hope
Yep.
so. I hope so. I mean,
Looking
it
forward
might be
to
a bang one way one way or
it.
another. Hopefully, I don't bomb out, and that's the bang I go up.
It is a bang.
Danny might never forgive me, but
Yeah.
uh,
All right.
cool, cool, cool. Yeah. You guys excited for anything in regards to Worlds coming up?
CJ?
47s, man. It's gotta be 47s. Um, yeah, or I really like the 93s. Um, yeah, yeah,
I will say this is probably one of the years I've paid the least attention to as far as, like, going into like, open worlds. Um, I am excited to see the battle of the 83s. I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on Ade.
oh,
And he's recently started working with, Marcellus and kind of overcame some injuries, and I feel like his training has looked really, really good. So, whether it's enough to beat Joe or not, I don't know, but I feel like this is gonna be a breakout meet for him, and
yeah,
I can see a very close battle into the kind of 900s to 915s as far as totals go between
yeah,
Ade and Joe. So,
yeah. I actually think Addie's gonna take it as well. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
really?
think that his training has just been looking way, way better um, since starting with Marcellus, and he's made such big strides. I think he put like a 900 kilo training total the other day or
I
a
think
couple
so.
weeks ago, something like that. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think he's gonna push that world record. Honestly, um, yeah, yeah,
Um, for me, I gotta go with the big boys. I want to see how Jesus is gonna do
yeah.
with 120s, and then we also got AJ. That's pretty. He's also over 1,000 kilos,
Hmm.
and then Sank. So that's gonna be really cool. Obviously, Jesus has the highest projected total going into it, but
Yeah.
3 guys both over 1,000 kilos is gonna be really, really fun to watch. So
That's
that
good.
one's really gonna be good. And then speaking of 1,000 kilos, we got Rondell Hunt as well, 120
I was gonna
kgs.
say, yeah,
Yeah,
Rondell finally making it back to Worlds after
Yep.
all these years is
Uh-huh.
quite the storyline, and I'm
yeah,
very excited to see that. I feel like it's been so long we've been waiting for it. It's like can't
yeah,
not gonna be able to believe it until we see it type of scenario of
Mm.
like something's gonna happen. Like
right.
it's
I
too
mean,
good to be true, but
Yeah.
yeah, his projected total at 1,025 is pretty crazy. So like on paper, he should win.
run away
Like,
with it.
yeah,
Yeah. It was
yeah,
really sad that Bob did not make nationals this year and had to pull
yeah.
out, and we don't get to see the battle of Rondell versus Bob. It feels like this
I
like
feel like yeah,
thing we've been waiting so long to see of
yeah,
Rondell versus Bob, and we keep not getting it. So I
right,
hope I hope one day we do get it.
yeah,
I do think that Ashton is probably good for more than what the paper says he's good for.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know if it'll be enough to challenge Rondell, but Ashton had that massive, massive squat at nationals,
yeah,
and he was still coming back from his pec tear. So
yeah.
his bench was quite a bit lower than his best bench,
Mhm.
and I think he's like pretty darn close near 100% as far as shoulder health goes. Maybe not quite there, but I feel like his bench is going to take a pretty significant jump
Uh,
up to be closer to his best and add a lot of kilos onto his total there. So I could see Ashton crossing over the 1,000 kilo mark.
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe
that's huge.
not able to get to that Rondell level. I still think Rondell's the favorite to win, but I could see both of them going over 1,000 kilos, which I don't think we've ever seen a meet where multiple 120s have both gone over 1,000 kilos in the same meet before. So
That
that'll be
that's
special to
yeah,
see.
that's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then yeah, we also got our own Lucas Wiseman
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
that weight class, which is gonna be
Yeah.
really good.
Also
And
coached by Marcellus, shout out.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. His training's been looking pretty solid too.
and one more weight class I got to give a that I'm excited for is going to be the 105s with Anatoly in there. Yeah,
We
it's going to be good to see what he's going to do this year.
Yeah.
Um,
McNaughton.
yeah, yeah. So we got like on paper he should win pretty easy, but you never know, right?
Yeah.
'Cause-
Yeah.
and then we got our own shout out Izil in that one also representing Canada,
Mhm.
and he's in the top 10 for this weight class. So he's projected at number 7
Sweet.
with 885 total.
Yeah.
Huge.
Gonna be really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to watch him.
Going down to the 93s too, which I know CJ said he was excited for. I'm excited. I think Will is gonna have a big meet, and I'm interested to see Will on the world stage.
Yeah.
I really like Will as a lifter. I'm a little bit biased because, Gavin is such a close friend of mine and, like, in my wedding party, so it's really sad to see Gavin not at Worlds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously was, like, rooting for him to make it. Um and then, it's also a little bit deflating to see Gustav removed from the 93s because I was really, really looking forward to that 93 kilo battle with
Yeah,
Emil, Will, and Gustav, and I think there's a couple others in the mix there as well. And to
Yeah.
see Gustav get removed is kinda sad.
it's a shame.
Obviously, I like the more guys that can possibly win, the better the battle is, and to have one of those guys removed really, really sucks.
Yeah.
Um, and then the 59s as well. I think this is probably one of the most competitive years we've seen as far as going into Worlds on the 59s,
Mhm.
but it does suck that, speaking of Gustav being removed, Weyu was also removed
Yeah.
from Worlds as well and not allowed to compete this year,
Yeah.
and he would have been in contention to win. So
Yeah.
never love seeing lifters removed from Worlds that have the contention to win when it's, not like a drug test, right? Like, obviously, if somebody fails a drug test and that's why they're removed, it's kind of deservedly so. But when there's other kind of external factors going into why those lifters are getting removed, that is, things that aren't necessarily to do with, you know, the sport in that way of like they didn't necessarily do anything wrong. It's always sucked to be, as a fan of powerlifting, to be robbed of those battles,
Yeah.
uh, for those reasons.
Yeah, definitely.
Women's side, I think, the 84 plus, the Brittany versus Sonita battle continues. That is always an absolute banger to see those 2 go at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like we said, the 47s also
Yeah.
it's gonna
Yeah.
be really good.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
the projected
Yeah.
we're
And
projected
as
third
much
for
as,
47s and the 52s. It's
yeah,
really,
and as
really
much
cool.
as, I'm a fan of, Marcellus and want to see his lifters do the best. Go Team Canada. I would love to see another world champion and another weight class from Canada, so
Yes.
I'm hoping Amelia takes it home for Canada, and we have I hope both Brittany and her win, and we 'cause I don't know if we've ever had, at least not in my memory of the time I've been in the sport, maybe there's been a time, but I don't know if we've ever had 2 open world champions in the same year,
No.
at least not for a
Um,
very long time.
who have we had for open?
We've had Brittany and we've
And
had Jess, but I don't know if we've ever had them in the same year.
yeah, no,
No, don't think so.
Yeah.
we have not.
So,
Yeah.
if it has happened, it's been a very, very long time, so
Mm.
as a Team Canada fan,
Yeah,
I would love to see us get multiple gold medals at
all of them.
Worlds. All of them would be nice. I don't know if we have the firepower to take home all of them, but I think we have a good shot at the 47s and the 84 pluses.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Be rooting on both of those girls from Team Canada.
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, we got a really good chance for 47s and possibly 52s, but definitely in medal contention for
Yeah,
both of those.
both of those, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Jessica's back this year too, right? She's
I think
competing.
she's 84 now instead of 76, and I would imagine
Okay, yeah,
she's quite
She's
a distance behind Amanda Lawrence. I mean, Amanda Lawrence is a absolute juggernaut to just be just winning
yep.
by far every year, just year after year is absolutely insane. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Perkins gonna dominate again.
who, sir?
Perk.
Oh,
Yeah,
74s. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm okay. What I'm interested to see with Perk is he's been posting as if he's gonna go all out. I've heard some word that he's potentially gonna go all out, but I feel like he had kinda said similar things going into last year's Worlds, and then we saw him do he only took second attempts and skipped all of his third attempts, and he's like, "Oh, look at the crazy total I put up without taking third attempts," right?
Yeah.
Which, cool in respect to him that he can do that, right?
Yeah.
I am interested to see if he follows through of actually going all out this year, or if he does something similar where he's like, "I am going to go as only as all out as I need to do to not push the total because it's gonna hurt my bag at Sheffield," which
Yeah.
honestly, respect to him. Like, I know it kinda sucks to not see people go out all out at Worlds, but you put that kind of money in front of me as far as Sheffield, I'm probably not going all out either. I'm probably just doing the minimum I need to do to win and try to not push the world record total as much as I can so that when Sheffield rolls around, I can just absolutely blow it away if I get. So In
Yeah.
his shoes, I do absolutely nothing different.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's like absolutely no reason to push that world record at all, right?
Yeah, you're almost shooting yourself in the foot if you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the one thing you could say is potentially if he doesn't push it, Elliot could potentially go push the world record at Junior Worlds, and that could potentially get Elliott a spot at Sheffield, and then Perkins not only has to worry about the world record total at Sheffield, he also has to worry about a head-to-head battle, and maybe that takes away from it more, so maybe he finds it worth it to be like, "Oh, I'm going to push the total at Worlds so that I don't have to worry about any direct head-to-head competition at Sheffield." So, yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
that's the only scenario I could see where it's worth it for him to push that.
Cool.
Cool.
Give a shout out to our coaches since we're talking about open worlds.
Yeah.
This year we got our head coach Garrett Bentley, and we got his assistant coaches Bryce Crosscheck and Jason Tremblay. So they will be making the decisions and organizing the team, the numbers,
That is a
the brains of the
stacked.
team.
Yeah, that's a stacked roster of coaches for Team Canada. We'll say
Yeah.
that. All 3 of those guys are very phenomenal at what they do. Team Canada
Yeah,
is in very good hands this year as far as open worlds goes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Cool.
awesome. I think
Sweet. This
that's
has been fun. I've
yeah,
enjoyed this more chill fireside chat type conversation. A
me
Yep.
little
too.
bit different. Yeah.
And maybe we'll do more of these. Um,
Yeah. Yeah,
People
absolutely. We will.
requested.
And coming up next, we have a couple of interviews for the next couple weeks after this podcast drops. So anybody listening, look forward to that. The next episode that will drop, a little unsure about date. We'll probably chat with that about that after the podcast, but we have Marcellus and Gavin coming on for a interview on mindset. So look forward to that.
Yeah.
A really good one.
Yeah,
Great
Yes,
episode.
tune in.
Yeah.
100%.
Alrighty. That's that's it, right?
Yeah,
All right. You
that's
wanna
it.
sign us off, Max?
Absolutely. Thank you guys all for listening. If you are listening to this, please give us a rating on whatever podcast platform you're listening on. It helps a lot with our growth long term. If you enjoyed listening to this episode and you have a friend that is a powerlifter that would also enjoy listening to this episode, please send it to them. And if you guys want to follow us on social media, you guys can find me on Instagram at Max Hall Fitness. And Arshia, where can people find you?
On Instagram, probably the easiest at rshady__, or at northrise.ca.
People
And
can
you, CJ?
people can find me at Instagram at CJ_THAKURI.
Cool. Peace out, guys.